Welcome to the OAPN Podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts. 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode number 89 of On a Personal Note with Adarsh Sakare. 2023 was nice. First of all, wishing all of you a very happy new year. Welcome to 2024. It's a pretty good start because we are shooting pretty early on the first day of the year, and I think it's the first time for us, and why not? I think we were excited to do this. So for those of you who have recently joined us, welcome, and it's going to be a long journey. I hope 2024 is the best for both of us. So yet another episode, yet another story today. Before I give a little introduction about our guest today, let's first of all say hi to Ria Nalavade.
Hello, hi.
Hi Ria. How are things?
Excellent. I'm very happy to be on your podcast. First day of the year, early in the morning.
Yeah.
This is how we start the new year.
How long since we got in touch with you?
It's been a couple of months, no? Yeah, it's been a couple of
Good,
months.
like 6 months maybe?
6 months, No, it's not been
3-4 months.
Okay. That time I was in Bombay, so I couldn't come on your podcast.
Yeah.
But then I made sure that I'll inform you when I'm back home in Bangalore,
Which is
so
what
we
happened.
could do it.
So thank you for actually making it happen. I think that's pretty special.
I mean, I told you very last minute.
No,
and you all agreed to do it on the first, sans hangover, sans whatever. You all decided to have me first thing in the morning.
100%.
That's mad flattering. So thank you.
So Ria is here, and as usual, I do my research or stalking, if you may.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, I think it's interesting because Ria's had this journey that, what's nice to see is if you go down to her first post on Instagram, right from there, she's going all in. I think that's the vibe I got right from the time you started, which is obviously like 6-7 years ago now. It gave me a vibe that you're all in right from the first step, coming here to take everything that's on the table, right? Whatever's coming, diving into it, right? So that's the vibe I got. And honestly, it's usually easy to introduce people because it's more, to do with one or maximum two things. And Ria is this girl, she's left her footprints in so many areas that you almost don't know what to choose, right? Now, whether it's
I don't know if
modeling,
it's a good thing or a bad thing, yo.
No, it's a
I
good
don't know, bro.
We'll figure it out on this podcast.
Figure it out. Yeah.
So I think she's left her footprint on a lot of things, right? Right from doing super cool ads with Spotify, or say, being part of this web series with Sunil Grover, right? He was part of this, and that's a big name again for yourself. Or say getting an opportunity to direct a short film or being part of a feature film very soon, right? And all of these things are milestones that people really take pride in. And Ria's on this journey of not only completing them, but completing them within a short span of time. I think it's not seen that frequently. People doing these many number of things in a short span of time that you have. This is what I felt.
Yeah, now that you say it, that makes me feel damn nice.
Yeah. And I think it's also what is nice to see is the way she has marketed herself. I think the way you position yourself, the way you put you, and I don't know how you're looking at it, right? Because the way it's coming across to me is it's when you speak about yourself, or when the way you portray yourself on Instagram is exactly the way you are. It's not overhyped. It's not at the same time underselling what you're doing. It's exactly the work you're putting out, right? And the work is good work. And I think that's why people have caught on to it, and that's why you've gotten the opportunities you got. And that's one thing that kind of stood out for me, that it's as real as it can get. And you can see it in the work as well. It's not just
So sweet.
Yeah, it's not just in the Instagram posts. I think you can see it in the work that she's involved in. We, of course, only have so much background about how much work she's done, but not about where it started and where it's going, rather. So yeah, if you know Ria, definitely watch this, because I'm sure you'll get like more context to all of this hustle that she's putting in. If you don't know Ria, and maybe you've figured out in one of her web series or somewhere, and you want to get to know her more, this is like a good opportunity. So welcome to this episode. Welcome Ria. Welcome.
Thank you, for saying such sweet things. That's so nice of you.
No, it's real.
You've done your research. You've seen stuff that I've done. I think couldn't have said it better. That's awesome.
No, I mean, don't you feel like what do you feel about what I said in terms of taking everything on the table? Like, you're ready for every opportunity that comes.
Yeah,
Have you
I've always been like this. I've always been like this because I've always been a jack of all, master of none. Like ever since I was a kid. And as I grew up, I realized that actually a jack of all, master of none is sometimes better than a master of one.
Yeah.
And that has really been like the prime thing of my life. Like if I had to write a book on myself, it would probably be jack of all, master of none. And in small font, sometimes better than a master of one, I think.
Yeah.
Because ever since I was a kid, now I've done multiple things. I was competitive, so I wanted to be good at studies. I used to do sports. I was always into acting and dancing, Bharatnatyam, different styles. Then I used to join one art class, one pottery class. All those things I used to do. And I was always not confused, but I was just like more excited than every kid to always try everything new. Like even if you suck at it, I would really still try it because I would get something out of it. And my parents knew that somewhere in her life, when it comes to her career also, it's going to be like a mixed bag. And she's going to figure it out along the way. So I always tell my parents that like I'm an artist. It so happens that at this point of time, it's coming out through filmmaking and acting. Who knows, like 10 years down the line, I might be a graffiti artist. Like the medium will keep changing, but the art of it, I think.
I mean, it's like this, right? On one side, you're making like this short film called Home. On the other side, you're also a trained Bharatnatyam dancer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
See, for the same person to be able to do both. Should give people the scope at which you can function. So I think that's pretty cool. And honestly, Ria, like this is how this is how I felt like when I went through your profile. It really made me feel like this is like a guaranteed success path.
Oh.
Yeah, like
why do you think like that? Guaranteed? That's the first time I've heard this.
Seriously, I'm saying, and I told him the same thing, right? When we were out for breakfast, I told him, dude, like
it's like मतलब हर जगह तीर मार रहे हो, एक जगह तो पहुंचेगा ही, land someplace.
I guess I don't know how you're looking at it, but I think you've done the right things. Anyway, let's maybe just go back a little. Like you were speaking about school. So you went to school in Bangalore?
Yeah. So I went to Delhi Public School East.
Like what, 10 years?
What 10 years is it?
Like all like first to 10th?
No. So my first few years till I was in 6th standard were in a very small, very humble public school in Thipsandra.
I used to stay in Juvenile.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wonderful place. So it's called St. Thomas, and it was a very very simple, humble Christian school. And I think all the values and everything came from there only. Like that place really
like
grounded
a convent?
me. Yeah, you could call,
like
but it
similar?
wasn't as. See, dude, I've never actually understood what a convent really means. Like, does that mean that they operate in the rules of like?
Convent is basically
religion.
led by like part of the church, I think, right?
Okay, so this wasn't led by part of the church, but it was a Christian school. Like our faculty were Christian. We used to sing Christmas carols and at Christmas and like that stuff. Yeah, and then 7th grade, my parents moved to Sarjapur Road and changed schools to Delhi Public School East.
BPS.
Like my mom really wanted that for me. Like she wanted to put me in Delhi Public School East. She wanted me to get like a big school experience and that exposure. Yeah.
DPS first impression was y'all are too fancy. Like I
agree.
Germans.
Like it's true. Me coming from St. Thomas, where we used to do like 2 braids and ribbons and like skirt or like me coming into DPS where like 3 collar buttons are open and skirt fold kar karke and like students like being very confident with their teachers and everything was a
like sudden.
Bro, they had swimming pool in school. That was a big deal for me, bro, at that time.
What, in DPS?
In DPS,
you have a swimming pool? What? Like
DPS
really?
has a swimming pool, it has a tennis court, it has every single sport you can imagine except horse riding and golf. It's a
Wow.
huge school and it ample opportunities it has.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. So, school was basically you figuring out like whatever you want to do, like, anything and everything. And what, you were like head girl or something like that?
Yeah, both times in 11th and 12th. No. I was saying I competed, but I didn't win.
Oh, you didn't win?
I didn't win. But I was house captain.
But there was hope.
Yeah, there was hope.
There
I
was
fought with tooth and nail.
Oh,
like it was a
yeah?
fight, yeah. But one of my great friends became the head girl and like she did a great job.
She did a great job.
Yeah.
And how was like studying and all of that for you? Like you were sorted or like?
Yeah, like I've always been interested. I feel like the subjects that I was really interested in, I went all in. Like I was really, yeah, man, I was one like
nerd, huh?
nerd, yeah.
Oh, it took some time for you to accept it.
No, yeah,
Like, how am I gonna tell this guy? See, I can't lie because my friends will be watching.
yeah, I mean, I was.
It's okay to be a nerd.
It definitely is. I feel like nerds are the coolest people. So like, yeah, whatever. Nerd, definitely. I loved studying, dude. I loved scoring. And I was just really interested
And being
in everything.
like, what, you were a topper or what? The way you're...
I wouldn't get first rank and all, but I used to get like 85 to 95 ke beech mein. Yeah.
So teachers loved you basically.
Yeah, dude, teachers loved me.
Teachers loved you.
Yeah, teachers loved me, but there was also a duality such as everything in my life.
Yeah.
They loved me, but they also knew that I can be a little bit of a troublemaker. Like,
Yeah.
if I
Yeah, like you
like
can...
somebody loosens the leash.
Like you let her go too far, she'll roll a joint. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, that's too extreme.
But like, I'm not gonna agree or deny to that.
There you go.
Just kidding.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. Nice, dude. And then after 10th, what was the scene?
So 11th and 12th was in DPS East only.
Okay.
Yeah, it was there only. And then so do till 10th, of course, same whatever as everyone else. 11th, you have to choose your stream. So I chose science because I was really interested in science. And since my mom has an army background, I wanted to, for some reason, study medicine and get into the army. Like I wanted to be an army doctor for the longest part of my life. So I was pursuing that like very intently. But then in 11th grade, something switched. That people who do CBSE, they'll know that first semester of science in 11th grade is too damn hard, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Very
so
tough.
I had to quit dance class and start tuitions instead.
Oh,
And I don't know
shit.
what was happening. Like in those 6 months, like my mental health was just deteriorating. I couldn't understand it. Like my parents also couldn't put a finger on it. And then we realized it was probably because I wasn't.
In line with.
Yeah. Even though like I liked the subject and all, I just didn't have time for my hobbies and my passions. And then I realized if I'm not happy now in school, like I can't do this for life. So parents were really supportive. They were like, change kar lo stream, arts le lo. So yeah, you sure? They're like, yeah, do it, man. It was just me overthinking in my head. So then I switched my stream to arts.
pretty cool.
Yeah. I kept math for some reason. I don't know why I kept math. Arts and math. Who the hell does that? Why was I trying? What was I
Why
trying
are
to
you
do?
even allowed to do this?
Why? I could have taken anything else. Anyway, so yeah. So then 11th and 12th I did arts. Post that, while my friends were applying for unis everywhere, I also applied to New York Film Academy for acting. I got
During 12th.
during like the end of 12th and everything. So I did get in on a little bit of a scholarship, but then life took a different path. I got a movie offer, so I started doing that.
This is when you won Fresh Face, right?
Yeah, you're right.
This is when-
Absolutely. Yeah.
When you won Fresh Face, and now suddenly the course has changed.
Yes.
But before you did Fresh Face, was there the goal to win Fresh Face and then like actually get into the field, or you just did Fresh Face to see what happens?
I just did it just because, dude. Like, there was no, like, plan. I mean, I would, like, in 11th and 12th, I started thinking about what I want my life to look like. And I knew it was something to do with films. I knew that it's something to do on a film set, like, or on TV or something. I don't know what.
Form of media, basically.
Yeah, I knew that. So, I mean, Fresh Face was an opportunity for me to just show my talent. So I just went ahead and did that. And honestly, when I look back, a friend of mine was telling me, I was so dumb when I did that. Because I went in with no preparation, no like, I just went chumma, dude.
Yeah,
but
just like that.
Yeah, but like people were dressed and then they had like costumes and, you know, like choreography set and all of that. Like they came there to win. And I think like my lack of knowledge and my lack of wisdom and like my delusion just kind of...
No, I think what happens is when you're less prepared, you're more raw and people feel you're more real.
Yeah,
right?
I think
and
so.
I think that's what might have worked.
Totally. Like even now, like when I feel like there's certain difficult instances in my life, I just feel like I'm overthinking it, yo. Like you should go back to the time when you were a kid and you knew nothing.
Yeah.
You know, you were so unafraid to just, you know, screw up and it wouldn't matter. Like now we think too much, I feel.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, just continue to like just explore, right? Like without thinking twice.
Yeah, with like childish curiosity.
Yeah. That's nice. So Fresh Face happens and you get like a movie offer because of that. And of course your ads also start, right? Now you're basically having this hope of looking at your face on a billboard and all of this. So now what are your parents saying? Like,
so I started actually working when I was in 11th grade itself. So I started modeling when I was in 11th grade. I was 16 that time with Prasad Bidappa. And I started doing smaller campaigns, brand shoots and all while I was in high school itself. So I used to finish school, come back home, like change whatever, go for my shoot, finish and then come back. Like that used to be my life that time. So when Fresh Face happened, they weren't too surprised. They were like, okay, that was open up bigger possibilities, like, okay, movie offer. So that was really nice. But I think my first billboard, like I saw when I was in 12th grade or something only.
12th?
Yeah.
It was for
West Side.
Oh,
yeah, it was
sweet.
for West Side. And I remember me and my parents were going to the mall and I saw somebody had drawn like a mustache on my face on it. I must have a picture of it somewhere.
Are you serious?
So yeah, it's like I always keep telling myself like in my career, no, like whenever there's like a nice good moment, like your first billboard, your first like movie release and all, life is always humbling you down. Like someone will always draw one mustache. And as long,
I like this.
Yeah, and as long as you remember that at any point anyone can draw a mustache on you, I think like you...
Dude,
that's why you gotta take yourself seriously,
this
man.
requires a t-shirt mention.
No.
You know? Every time you think you're successful, just remember someone can draw a mustache
on you.
This is too good, bro. This is so amazing.
It grounds you, dude. It grounds you, man.
I'm not gonna forget this. This is really nice. So someone drew a mustache. And then what now? The hopes are that you'll make it. So there was this TED talk of yours, like an early TED talk, which I didn't listen to, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
So
for real, thank you. Like,
no,
there's no TED talk, guys. Don't watch it.
My only thing was I want this.
Got it.
I don't want to hear, from a video. I'd rather sit and chat with you. But one of the things you mentioned there was, initially, I guess and you tell me if I'm wrong or right. So at that point, the dream would have been to make it into the film industry here. And this must be the path, right? That is, or was it like
here as in
like with Kannada?
With Kannada, okay.
Yeah. Was that the initial dream that is how it'll start?
No, yeah, not really. Like whenever I thought of myself as being an actor or a filmmaker or whatever, I never attached language or an industry to it. I've come from a very liberal family, so for us, like we'll watch a film from Nagaland as much as we'll watch like a Marathi film or like anything like that. So it was great that my first opportunity happened to be a Kannada film, and like since Kannada was my third language in school and all, I was familiar with it. I was like, let's do this, it's awesome. Unfortunately, like that didn't like play out. Like things happened where I couldn't do that film and it didn't happen for me. But yeah, then it led to other things in life. So
and just before
but I would have loved to like start with a Kannada film. Really, like one Bangalore Hudgi starting with one Kannada film would have been amazing,
So you speak Kannada fluently?
I don't speak Kannada fluently, but I can speak Kannada.
You get through.
I get through, yeah.
You get through. And just before we move on with your journey, right? This is the nice thing you said about art, in terms of not letting language be the barrier. And usually the problem is when we say things like this, right? It's taken as one over the other, or choosing one language over the other, or say choosing one art form over the other. The reality is, the most genuine art lover is never discriminating amongst languages.
True.
Is never discriminating against medium of expression.
Agreed.
And if you really love a language, or if you really love an art form, you will never choose it over the others.
True.
You will say there are many more. I like this because maybe I have a connection.
Yeah.
Right? And I think...
yeah, and I agree.
Yeah.
And I think we live in a world right now where honestly, on your phone, you can access a film from Kenya, dude.
Yeah.
And it'll just be just as mind-blowing as anything that is the greatest of the world. And I think it all deserves to be appreciated. At least in art, there's already so many boundaries and borders in this world.
Yeah.
In art, at least don't differentiate,
True.
So that's what I really feel.
It's nice. So let's go back to the time when all these opportunities are coming your way. And then what happens to the New York plan?
Yeah, so then I deferred my admission by a year. I thought, let me get some work experience, work in a film, then I'll be better prepared and all of that. So I started preparing for this film, and for some reason we took a halt in that film, and I was told that we'll continue it after some time.
Okay.
So I waited. I took admission in a college in Bangalore while I was, I wanted to continue my studies also. Then it was taking too much time. The film wasn't starting, and then I kind of thought that maybe this isn't happening. Maybe they're not going to make this film. They're maybe going to go with another movie or another actress or something else. I didn't know at that point what was happening. But I thought, hey, listen, I don't want to wait because I really want to get to this. I really want to start acting, be on a film set. I used to crave it. So overnight decision, and by overnight, I mean overnight, yeah. I told my parents one night, I was like, I feel like going to Mumbai and just like starting something. I don't know, I just don't feel like going. They're like, come, we'll go. So we have packed our bags the next day, and the day after that, my mom, my dad and me have booked a flight to Bombay and just left. Who has such supportive parents? Really, I'm so grateful for them. So we went to Mumbai not knowing anything. I just had one meeting set up with one modeling agency in Mumbai. And with suitcases and everything, we went directly to the doors of that modeling agency and get signed with them.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and on my first day of landing in Mumbai with my suitcase, I gave my first audition also. Yeah. So
wow.
It was just an overnight decision of moving to Bombay, and then life kind of changed within the first few months itself.
See, you've heard stories about people doing this, but not with their parents.
Yeah, I know. I know.
That's the deal. But how is it that they get it? How are they so in on it? Because
although my dad's side of the family comes from a very simple place. Okay. Even my mom's side of the family is a very simple army background. My mom has been a part of the industry in a very small way when she was in her teenage years.
Oh.
So she was an air hostess.
Sweet.
And she used to work many jobs. And she was 17, 18. She started working as an air hostess. She happened to be on the In-Flight magazine, of that. And she was spotted on that magazine and was cast in a movie with Madhuri Dixit and Rishi Kapoor. Way back in time. And she was playing one of Madhuri Dixit's friends and all, So, and she did it, I think, because she liked it and extra pocket money. That's it. Yeah. Nothing else into that. Yeah.
Just that. Isolated.
Yeah. She got the opportunity to go to one, farmhouse somewhere and shoot this movie with all these guys. She met Madhuri Dixit. She was damn happy with it. And so she saw this world and she knew it. She was fine. My dad is really tall, so he's 6'3".
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's a very simple, introverted guy. Mm-hmm. And my mom and dad were dating. She doesn't like the word dating. She wants to say courting. So my parents were courting back in the day, and she got my dad to model. And she got a photographer friend to take a few pictures of him.
For whom?
Simply, bro, take it, send it to agencies, portfolio that. Okay. So my dad did a little bit of modeling also back in the day. And I don't know, man. I
Wow.
think either they're like just because they're really nice, well-educated people, and I'm an only child. Like they can't really stop me.
like अभी क्या
क्या करेगी? Yeah, we have to support her. और एक ही तो है.
No other option.
That's what. So
Oh,
it was
sweet.
probably that.
Sweet. So you go on, you enter this modeling agency and
Yeah.
things start to work from there. And what, like, they lived with you in Mumbai for how long then?
So they helped me like set up, like they didn't live with me, they helped me set up my first
Okay.
flat. So एक तो
Okay.
मुंबई का M भी नहीं पता था at that point. We have no connections to this industry. No one we know in this field or in Mumbai, except my aunt who lives like very far away in Airoli. That doesn't count. But yeah, we just, the first broker we met, the first house we saw,
Tuck, tuck, tuck,
just
tuck, tuck.
just finish off. We had some money saved up, like you know, they set me up and all, and then they were there for a week, and then
They left?
they left. My dad was like, if she wants to jump into the ocean, like might as well let her jump on her own now. Like we can bring her till here, we'll be there, but like she's got to do this on her own.
And you were what?
I was
19, 20?
I was 18 that time.
Oh.
Yeah, I was 18. Yeah. At least I was an adult. They didn't leave one minor in one house. Yeah.
But dude, that's so radical. Like
Yeah.
the fact that they're okay with that, right?
Yeah.
And that's pretty. I mean, usually you'll hear stories of people running away from home to do this.
Yeah.
And you got like your parents come like
That's
set it up
what.
for you.
That's what.
That's really sweet of them. And then now what happens now?
But I have to add one thing, like, yeah, you're right. It's usually one person running away from home because they won't manenge nahi, you know, family nahi manegi. My parents are the only like super liberal people in my extended family though. So the fight was not between me and my parents. The fight was actually they had to fight a fight.
With their
There,
people.
yeah, where there were some preconceived notions, there were some subconscious things about this industry and all of those
Yeah,
things.
of course.
So they had to fight that fight for me.
For you.
And I think that is beautiful.
Wow. And I guess if that's the thing, maybe they didn't fight for it for themselves. They said let's at least
Do it for her.
do it for her, and it's their win as well. It's
Absolutely.
not it's not just it's their win as well.
Absolutely.
So how did Mumbai treat you like initially? Let's talk about that.
I have to say, Mumbai has been very kind to me.
Okay.
It touch wood, like it really has been. I feel like there's a lot of bhaichara in Mumbai. It's a city of outsiders. Everyone has come there to like make whatever. And dude, people in Mumbai know that you are looking for home over here, and they have also come here to look for home and like career somewhere. So they're a very welcoming bunch, like for sure. Food is cheap, rent is not, traffic is horrible, but I think it goes, yeah. Like there's a different kind of energy and a different kind of drive in Mumbai that I feel is missing in other cities. There's a different energy in Bangalore, but Mumbai is unmatchable. The city truly doesn't sleep.
What are most people chasing?
In Mumbai, validation. That's like the most part of it. Then of course there's money and fame and all of these things. But I feel like Mumbai is a city of passionate people. Like either you find your passion in Mumbai or Mumbai makes you passionate. It will make you a passionate person, and then wherever you come from, you'll go and you'll spread that passion over there. Like I really think so.
So it is welcoming for newcomers.
I think so.
That's what
I
you're
think
saying.
so, yeah.
Irrespective of it's a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I mean, every industry has a little,
Yeah.
like a few dark things here and there.
Fluctuations, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I don't think we can blame the city for that. Like, that's
Yeah,
just
it's just
people.
humanity.
That's just humanity. Yeah.
It's not the location.
Of course.
Similar everywhere in
Of
different
course.
intensities.
Of course.
And you had friends in Mumbai initially?
Yeah, I did. So the thing is, I joined my modeling agency and I joined an acting class. I joined a dance class over there. So all of my, fellow classmates ended up being my friends, and then everybody helped each other. Like I didn't know where to go for auditions. Somebody literally took me over there. They didn't have to. They could have missed their bus. They didn't have to. They were sweet enough to take me there and be like, यहाँ पे audition दो, उसके बाद वहाँ वाले बंगलों में जाके audition देना, फिर उधर जाओ. Here are all the contacts of the casting directors. I mean, no gatekeeping at all. And I feel like that's also transferred into me, because in the beginning Mumbai has been so welcoming to me. Nobody gate kept anything. So even now, like my juniors or people who come after me, they look for help. No, I'm like, take it, go,
Yeah.
like do it.
Yeah. And has Mumbai always stayed like this, or it's become more supportive?
Actually, no. I'd say the reverse because, like I
It's become
said,
less supportive now, you're saying?
no. It's the same amount of supportive, but my way of thinking has changed.
Okay.
When I was 18, it was that same fresh face energy. It was delusional, naive, like curiosity, like a child, like सब लोग अच्छे हैं, सब लोग मदद करने वाले हैं. Like my dreams are taking off, right? Now it's been 4 years, and now I know more about the industry. I know more about people. I know how these systems work. So of course I've become a little more cynical. That's why I see those creases. I see them, which I didn't see as a kid, you know. So now I feel like it's more difficult, but I'm constantly reminding myself that no, it's not. When I've been delusional, that time things have worked out great. So I keep reminding myself to be delusional.
To be required to have the balls to like just keep going without thinking about the barriers that have been built, maybe.
Yeah.
So getting around Mumbai is easier now for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, I know Mumbai and roads better than I know Bangalore roads. Yeah, it's damn sad. Like when I come back to Bangalore, I know like Sarjapur Road, Kormangla, JP Nagar, Jayanagar, Banashankari and all. I'm like, and this is OG Bangalore, I feel.
Yeah.
Man, I can't nav it. But in Bombay, like I know every gully, everything from Virar to Churchgate, I know everything. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're in Bombay, people are pushing you to get these auditions and all of that. And like when did you feel like, you've settled in? Like, I think I'm good. Like something happened that made you feel, give you the relief that you're on the right path.
Got it. Okay. So I'll tell you how I felt settled professionally and how I felt settled like personally as a person. Okay. As professionally, I feel when I got my first gig in Bombay, and which was the first movie that I did.
Name?
Teen Payansa Ghoda, three-legged horse. Yeah. So this is an independent film. It's made with a new bunch of creators, new director. All three of us actors were newcomers, and I got this film within my first 2 or 3 months in Bombay, and I started preparing for it, got into the grind of it. That film was my acting school. It was my New York Film Academy, the one that I never got to go to. Yeah.
Damn nice. I couldn't see it. I mean, I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
But
So it will release soon. It has done a bunch of festivals. It's traveled all over the world. Sweet. But hopefully it'll release soon and people get to watch it. It's a brilliant film. So that's when I felt like, okay, they've accepted me. Like I fit. Like a puzzle piece. I thought, would I fit into this world? I fit. I got that validation. So that's when I felt like professionally a little settled. Of course, more later when I started earning more, when work became more regular, when like the senior people, the casting directors, the directors started acknowledging that, oh, okay, she's a new up and coming actress. And when they started acknowledging that, felt good. And personally, I felt good when so I changed a bunch of houses in Bombay, right? Everybody lives with flatmates. My first couple of experiences staying first alone, then with flatmates had been terrible. And I'm an only child. I've never shared anything. I was like, how can anyone take my eggs like that? Like, how dare you? What do you mean replace kar dungi? Buy your own bloody egg. Okay.
That sounds too funny, by the way.
Dude, and
how can someone take my eggs?
How, bro? Like, what does that even
मैंने दिया पैसा अंडों के लिए.
Yeah, and then finally I found this new bunch of flatmates and I was staying with them, and they were the most extreme of like using each other's things, and like koi kisi ka nahi hai, somebody will use my towel, when I'm not there at home they'll sit in my room, or they'll eat my eggs, all of those things, okay. And then I was like, how is this gonna work? I can't live like this. So I called my parents. I was like, I'm not, jam nahi raha hai mujhe. I live in one RK, but I'm not going to live with people. I don't think I can do it. Then my dad was like, what's the big deal? Somebody eats your eggs, just buy new ones. Just ask them to like replace it like next time. And then I learned that there's so much love in sharing. There's so much of it. Because although we girls, we used to use each other's things and all of that, they became my family. Like they became my sisters in Bombay. जितने अंडे वो लोग खाते थे वो उतने ही लॉयल भी थे. So it felt great, like they were like my sisters. They took care of me, helped me navigate the city, kept me away from like the wrong things.
Yeah.
Always made me feel like I have somebody in the city and I don't have to run to somebody for comfort. So that was a moment where I felt like very personally settled.
Yeah.
Like I found my people.
Yeah, that comfort.
The comfort.
Where you
yeah.
finally feel like safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not in a, unfamiliar place.
That's true. And like in Mumbai, everybody's doing their own thing, right? Like you would probably have your breakfast on the go, you'll probably skip lunch, dinner you'll eat something, you'll order Zomato, something like that you'll do. But these girls that I lived with in this apartment, we made it a point to have one meal together, like all of us. We'd all come from different cities, all of us from different backgrounds, of different age groups. But that one meal that we used to share together every day made it feel like it's home. So yeah.
In the film industry, that now, you've spent good amount of time in, is the dream still to go to the level of Shah Rukh Khan? Is that, because conventionally, while growing up, everyone said that, right? Like, if you want to be Shah Rukh Khan, go to Mumbai.
Right.
So that's not in literal terms, but it means if you want success at that grand scale, you need to go to Mumbai. And the way he has achieved his dreams is the way everyone in the film industry aspires to achieve. Is that still the definition of success in Mumbai, or have they changed? And have people accepted that maybe that's not it, right? Because that comes once in maybe a century.
That's true.
Right? So, yeah, I just want to get your...
People still have that definition of success in Mumbai. This I can tell you. But my definition is not that anymore. It definitely was at one point. Because everybody wants to, like, if you're getting into this industry, of course, it'll be great to be famous, right? It'd be great if people, like, if you have fans and, like, a fandom and, like, people worshiping you, it would be awesome. But I think that leads to all the negative things in life. Like, if you go with that, if you go into it with that, because it's expectations, right? You're setting these insanely high expectations for yourself, which you'll probably achieve, like no doubt about that. But I'm just saying, like, you're in it for the wrong reasons. Then that's what I learned. Like, if I'm in it for the fame of it, if I'm in it for the money of it, then I'm not in it for the right reasons. The reason I started this was with such purity, which was कुछ नया करने को मिलेगा, मजा आएगा. Acting में मजा आता है, dance करने में मजा आता है. So the maza of it was going, and the fame, I want the fame, that was staying. So then I consciously redirected myself.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think that now, dude, everyone's definition of success is different. I'll be more than happy if I'm Shri Devi one day, But I can never be, right? There's only one Shri Devi. I'll probably be Ria Nalavade for whatever that is. An actor, filmmaker, writer, whatever. But I'd rather do my own thing, man.
Yeah, it might be better than chasing someone else's dream.
Yeah, totally,
right?
totally.
And you'll always get more respect for that.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's a path that hasn't been gone down
noticed,
before.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
of course, I used to feel really bad sometimes when and like, I mean, I'm very sure like a lot of guests who have come on your podcast must have said this also. Social media, like, it's so misleading, man. Really, you're seeing the best things of people's lives. You're constantly comparing yourself, trying to be somebody else. Not good for you. Like, I've also consciously tried to reduce social media as much as possible. It's made me so much happier. It's made me rediscover myself just by disconnecting. At that time when you used to be your purest, when you used to like write things and say things that used to come from your heart, not because it's trending,
That's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
And I agree. In fact, even for me personally, right now, I think I try to just keep it to the uploading of the podcast. I do that and I'm out. I'm not like spending time in seeing what other people are doing or what their lives are up to. I want to be present here. Like in fact, I always say this, right? Like, this is more important for me than the podcast airing, because that's an incentive to it, but this is the real deal.
This is the real deal.
And it became hard even for me at one point. I mean, I think it's still a battle where suddenly I lose focus of this. I'm only focusing on the content
of it. And
then I'm like, bro, that will anyway take its course.
True.
And that will live on forever. This is it, right?
This is the real thing.
I think that's pretty real what you got out there. But yeah, I think everyone who's in Mumbai and who have accepted, Mumbai as their home, they feel the comfort. People outside are damn scared of it. I feel like I'm very scared of Mumbai. Like, like a deep well.
I agree, dude. Some of my friends from Bangalore also, like, they're a little like, they have lots of preconceived notions about Mumbai. And honestly, I'll tell you, like, see, those are coming from some sort of a real place only. It's not like it's a myth. Mumbai is a hard place. It's an expensive place. It doesn't rest. If you don't adapt and evolve, you'll get left behind. Then you'll feel sad and you'll come to your hometown. That's the fact of the matter. But that is by someone else's definition of success. By your definition of success, if you are doing what you came to Mumbai to do, because one thing is for sure, Mumbai has ample opportunities. It has more opportunities than Bangalore. It has more opportunities than here, there, whatever. It does. It's the fact of the matter. But are you okay like going from smaller opportunities to थोड़ा सा बड़ा to थोड़ा सा बड़ा थोड़ा सा बड़ा? तुमको चलेगा कि इसको time लगेगा, इसमें struggle लगेगा. If you're okay with that, Mumbai is your place. But if you think that by going there and things are going to crack in 6 months, then that's like, See, you have to hustle whether you're here in Bangalore or somewhere else or in Mumbai or somewhere else,
That's true.
It's just that Mumbai, I think the hustle is condensed and it's it's a different kind of hustle, I think. Yeah. Texture of the hustle is different.
Maybe someday we'll be there and we'll be like parallel to you. Like, hey, we've joined the journey. Never know. Coming back to that scene of, we tripped on the fact that life humbles you by putting a mustache. Someone will put a mustache on you, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about another experience where things didn't humble you but like broke you?
Things didn't humble me, they broke me.
Broke you and like made you feel like you're too small for this. Someone or some phenomenon or some result or some outcome.
Gotta dig a little deep, dude, because usually I overcome these things and I forget about them.
I know. But it's nice, right? Even for me, even for you. Like, I really want to know, like, when was the last time you felt, someone really like challenged you or like said some shit?
So see, small things like this keep happening on a day-to-day basis. Okay. Those I've started to learn to ignore and even laugh at. Like, for example, I'm a screenwriter as well, right? I'm usually the youngest person in the room, so a person with the least amount of experience. So I'm usually not taken that seriously in like a bunch of writers, I'm saying.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But that phenomenon is again changing, because the moment they see your ideas, then like their perspective of you changes. The moment they see like tumne kitna ukhada hai life mein and what you bring to the table na, of course it changes. But these kind of things happen on a day-to-day basis. But I think what broke me was one rejection, dude. So
let's talk about it.
One rejection. This happened during COVID actually, and I was in Bangalore during COVID, and I happened to audition for this really big banner film with a really like good production house, great director, mainstream as hell, and I was auditioning from Bangalore. Like, we were doing self-tests. I couldn't go to Mumbai for it, and this happened over 6 months. And for 6 months, they were also focusing on me. They were sending me people for workshops. Like, I had to do different takes in different costumes. There was a person guiding me on my acting and my dialect and all. All of this was happening remotely. During this time, now we didn't have our own place in Bombay. Like, we hadn't set up the house. Then I got a call that, okay, after 6 months, like, I'm locked for this project. I'm done. Like, and I've been called to Mumbai.
Was it like a lead role?
Yeah. And I was called to Mumbai to meet the director. So we were like, awesome. Isi bahane we'll get to set up the new place also in Bangalore. So again, for the second time, my mom, my dad and me, we packed our stuff. And now for the second time, we're going to Mumbai. Like, in the start of a fresh chapter after COVID, okay? I go over there, I'm waiting. It's been 2 weeks, it's been 3 weeks, I don't get any call back. I'm following up. And then I get to know that they have changed the age of this character drastically, like by 10 years, like she's younger. So it was a story about like a marriage, and now they want this girl to be a child. So they want to show like a child marriage thing. And I mean, I don't know why I took that so personally. But for some time I was just like, yeah, what's the point? Like, I mean, you put so much effort, you put so much into it, your family puts so much into it, and you're shown these dreams that you've made it, you've got it, you've got
It's
it,
here.
it's yours. Come to Mumbai, come do it. Like, we want to meet you, we want to, have lunch with you, but then it doesn't work out only. And then you're like, damn. And this is not just going to happen once in life. This industry is this. This industry is this every day. Somebody saying no to you every single day. And then I was like, damn, do I really want to do this? I think it's going to take a lot if I have to put in this much. You put in your all every time, dude. It's like starting a startup every day and watching it fail every day. So it's a little essay. But then I had a realization. I was like, I mean, they don't have any personal vendetta against me.
Yeah.
They're doing what is best for the film. If they think that by casting someone else, it's going to enhance the movie, enhance the art of it, so be it, man. Like, who am I to question that? And then the moment that sunk in now, that we're all here for a bigger purpose, which is cinema, which is art, then you start looking at yourself as a very small part of a very big thing. And that gives you a purpose.
Yeah.
And that just makes you feel better, dude. So I think since that
Keeps
day
you-
I've been...
keeps you going.
Yeah.
So so they didn't reveal to you that it was for a different character, like much younger.
So because that time the role was of my age. That time I was playing a
your age.
20-year-old girl. Okay. And then
So they wanted you to look younger.
Yeah, they wanted me to look like
And so
14.
they'll make you look also, right? They'll do like
Yeah, they could have,
makeup
but then, of
and-
course, like I can't look like 13, I think.
But
So
that
they had
was
to
their
change
attempt.
the role. That was their attempt. Yeah.
And
But
they didn't
these
tell you
kind
this
of-
at all.
No, they didn't, because the thing is, like, over time now, during that COVID phase also, they rewrote the script. Some creative changes must have happened. ये किसी के हाथ में नहीं होता है, you
And
know?
like you said, it was not against you.
It wasn't against me. It
The
was
project-
for the film.
It was for the project.
That's what.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
some things fit and some things don't.
True. There has been another instance where, many instances where I have been replaced by a known face.
Yeah.
Or like someone from the industry, like, or maybe like a star kid or something like that. This used to bother me like anything. It
Tell
used
me
to
about
it
that.
used to irritate the shit out of me, bro. Because again, it's the same thing. What is in your hand then? There's nothing in your hand. And if the reason for me not getting this job is because people don't know my face as compared to like a known face, come on, yeah, that's like, I mean, that means, are you doing what is correct for your art? Are you? Like, if I'm clearly the better actor and someone else is just a known face, are you doing what is best for your art? Then I understood that there is art projects and then there is commercial projects.
There's art and there's business.
there's
Exactly
business.
what I wanted to tell
That's
you.
what. There
You know,
is
when
business.
you said like, are you doing right by your art? No, it's
Yeah,
not
no,
art.
It's business.
It's business.
And fair enough, yo. I mean,
Yeah.
वो भी है, वो भी ignore नहीं कर सकते.
Yeah, fuck it. Now we'll learn that business.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I get it. Then you would want to make a certain choice which is beneficial for your film as a business. If I was a producer, I'd do the same. And that's when I decided to write and make my own films. Because I was want to earn money, bro.
Nice.
Like if I'm gonna get the short straw, bro, I'll be the one dealing the straws then, yo. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
fuck it.
So yeah,
Nice.
and that has been amazing because now
Yeah.
I get to call the shots.
So yeah, you took it on your own hands.
Yeah.
Eventually, you were like,
Yeah.
fuck it. Let me just do this myself.
Yeah. Also, like, do it this myself also. Yeah.
Yeah. Both things going on at the same time.
Yeah.
You know this thing about you mentioning that someone else from the industry. They wanted someone else from the industry. At any point, will Ria be considered as part of the industry? And when I say Ria, you get it, right? Like
I get it.
every
Ria. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm. Yeah.
The short and sweet answer is no.
Oh fuck.
Of
Even
course
if you
not.
like make a lot of money, then
If you
will.
make a lot of money, also
might.
no.
No.
But if you are taken very seriously by the audience, then you are considered a part of the industry that just people cannot ignore. And I think that's the best. That's what's happening with Tripti Dimri right now with Animal. No?
Yeah.
She's been around for so long. She's such a talented actress, you know.
Yeah.
I have seen her from her beginning, and I have a friend of mine who's in the same modeling agency as hers, who's seen her like from 10 years ago, from when she was going for auditions, standing in the same line as, you know, a lot of
10
people.
years?
Yeah. Brilliant actress. She did a film which was produced by Imtiaz Ali, and now she's getting the recognition, you know, for like a small role that she did.
Yeah.
Sabka time aata hai yaar. And honestly, the people who deserve this light to shine on them, it happens for them. Right now, Tripti Dimri is being appreciated by the public, so the industry can't ignore her.
Yeah.
That's awesome for her, you
Yeah.
know, and that's awesome for all outsiders.
Excuse me. And the reality is, if the audience didn't catch on to her,
Yeah, she'd probably be, you know, not there.
you know how they say that one shot wonder, like
Yeah.
one film wonder, they say. That's what might have
Actually,
happened if the audience didn't catch on. Is what I
That's
feel.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. But like I said, she's not a one film wonder, no? Like,
Yeah,
and many
yeah,
people,
yeah.
she's been, there's like years of hard work that's gone before this. It's only being noticed now. That's the difference.
You know, the reality is, I didn't know this until you told me now. And the reality is, when I, as an audience, watched that and I saw the buzz around her, I thought this is like a fresh face. And the first opportunity is this.
Yeah.
This
got
is
it.
how the impression comes across to a person who doesn't know.
Doesn't know it.
Oh, came in, got it.
Yeah.
And now you're telling me, and of course she'll be like, dude, 10 years in the making.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
think? At least now I should get it on board.
Exactly. But see, for her, like, this doesn't matter. She's just happy that she's getting it sooner or later.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference between people who are from outside the industry and from the industry. I feel like we are very less entitled. We are super hard workers, and every opportunity of being on a film set, we're grateful for it. And we're, I mean, सिद्धांत चतुर्वेदी said no कि जहाँ पे उनके सपने something like that.
शुरू होते हैं, हमारे उधर खत्म होता है, something like that. Where they begin their journeys is where
our dreams are completed. Yeah, where they begin their journeys, our dreams are completed there.
Because
Correct.
their first project is a mainstream project.
That's what.
Our final destination is a mainstream project.
That's
Yeah,
what. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that sentiment rings very true. But now I think the industry is definitely changing slowly but steadily. So many opportunities for all kinds of actors from all languages on all platforms and different kind of stories. So I definitely think we're changing for the better, and I'm damn happy that I'm a part of this industry now as opposed to like 15 years ago, you know, for real.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
So anyway, that being about the industry, and thanks for enlightening us a little about Mumbai. I think it's exciting. What is it that is taking most of your time right now?
What is it that's taking most of my time right now? So see, between acting projects, there's a lot of free time. In a year, I'd probably be filming a film or a show for about 3 or 4 months. The rest of the time, I'd either be auditioning for my next thing and filling up those gaps with doing ad films in the middle or doing modeling projects and all. But luckily, the past 2 years after COVID, I have gotten into screenwriting. I've got my diploma in screenwriting. I'm studying filmmaking, and a lot of my time is going in developing my own content as well. So feature length screenplays, my own shows and web shows. So that takes up a lot of my time because it's the creation of it. And then I pitch my shows and, you know, hope for them to get made and like talk to investors and talk to production houses. And that is taking up a lot of my time, and very happily I'm doing it. You know, I really love it because I'm making things happen. Like these things are in my control. So yeah.
What was the whole thing with Netflix and what you got picked for, and what was that whole
so
thing?
Netflix was doing an initiative called Take 10 along with Film Companion, which is Anupama Chopra's shingle. And they were looking for the up and coming 10 filmmakers of India who would change the landscape, is what they were saying.
Lovely.
A huge shout out to Take 10 and Netflix for this amazing initiative, because the whole point of it was anyone can apply and anyone can make a film with Netflix. So there were several rounds of application. We had to submit our screenplay. We were given a theme, and out of several thousand applications, 10 of us were chosen from all across the country, and we were funded by Netflix to make our short film for Netflix. And yeah, that was an amazing process because I had been making short films until then, but I had never worked with a big corporate entity such as Netflix. And then we got the experience of like a proper production house. We had to handle our own production. We had to handle their budgets and their contracts, and basically opened up a lot of doors for me, because from a person who doesn't know anybody in the industry and doesn't even know where to start, like on the basis of pure merit and on the basis of like pure creativity and your art, your product, you got to work with such an amazing company.
So there's no biasness set up like this?
Man, absolutely not.
Really?
Absolutely
Come
not.
on.
Of course, because look at the things that they're judging you on, all right? They are asking you, at least for my year, it was like this. That was the first edition of Take 10. We had to submit a 2-minute film shot on your phone. Okay. And they saw so many of these 2-minute films. And these were all like anonymous entries, bro. Like we couldn't, it was very like democratic like that.
Yeah.
Then our next round was we had to write a story and submit that. Then we had like a personal interview. We had to do a PPM, which is a pre-production meeting, where we show them our ideas and our mood boards and like how I plan to execute this project and why you should invest in me as a filmmaker. So it was pretty democratic and very transparent, dude.
What does Netflix get out of this?
Netflix gets to say that they empowered 10 young Indian creators who could possibly go on to be the,
Next
future
big
creators. Yeah.
filmmakers.
Yeah.
So that was pretty authentic then.
Definitely.
And in what ways has that like helped you?
So like I said, it's opened a lot of doors. I'm taken more seriously in rooms which I could never enter before.
Yeah.
The moment I say that I'm an actor, I'm a filmmaker, I've recently made a short film for Netflix, it does something. It definitely does something. And I mean, it shouldn't be like that. I agree. It should be on what you bring to the table and all of that. But it helps that you have like that thappa of validation that, somebody is banking on this person. So that way it has helped. What it has also helped me understand is that I really, really love making movies, and I really love this process. I love it from the idea being in your head to the moment it's released and people see it. Like I love that entire journey, and it kind of reminded me why I got into this in the first place. It was not for fame or for applause or for one Filmfare award. It wasn't. It was for the catharsis of it.
Right.
So it was a great reminder.
Yeah, I think in one of your posts, I think it was the Take 10 collaboration only, where you mentioned how you love directing actors as well. And you really enjoy that. And is that something that's growing more and more now, that love for directing actors?
Yeah, totally. And you know why? I only for selfish reasons, okay? Because by learning to be a good screenwriter, you learn to be a good actor. By being a good actor, you become a good filmmaker. Like it like complements each other. To be a good actor, तुमको script की समझ होनी चाहिए. You need to have like knowledge of the written word. And since I've got myself trained in that, like it's helped my acting immensely, at least for myself.
Sure.
So that way, and like getting to direct actor feels nice, being on the other end, telling them, no, aise mat kar. Feels nice rejecting auditions. Love it. I love rejecting. I love it, dude. Feels great to be on the other side also. And jokes apart, it teaches you why you would be rejected in the first place. It's not because they don't like you. It's because you don't fit, ma. Like, it's fine. Next one you'll fit. It's okay.
Relax. Take it easy. So these 10 filmmakers, including yourself. I mean, it's a very like over the top question, but I'll still shoot it. What is that one thing that these 10 filmmakers are going to do that the industry has never seen?
They are going to come with their own authentic unheard before voices. Right now our industry is kind of following a formula. है ना? Commercial film means like this has to be okay. Art films means like this had to be okay, whatever. Cool.
This proper Bangalore slang. Let this.
You know what? When I come to Bangalore, this
Love
happens.
it.
I don't talk like this in Bombay.
Yeah. You speak like this and all. In Mumbai, they'll be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? What is this like this?"
Like this and all.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so like this
and all. So, dude, they come with their own authentic voices. I mean, if you see all the 10 films, we were given one common theme, all 10 of us, and the theme was home. All 10 of us interpreted in such a different and unique way. My film is a urban science fiction movie. There's a friend of mine, Suyash, whose film I really love. He has made a Konkani movie on a band in Goa. Crazy about like these band members looking for home. There's Samiha, who also went to Bangkok recently to represent India's at the Netflix APAC event, and her film Soul Kadi is also on home. It's a Marathi film and it's a fantasy. Like, I mean, look at how different people have interpreted the same thing in such different ways of all genres, all languages. And India is a country of so many different languages and voices and cultures. About time it comes into the mainstream, yeah? I mean, look at a film like Kantara.
Yeah, it's a perfect example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They are so real and authentic to the culture that they come from that it has to resonate with everyone. Like they say now that the truly global things are actually uniquely local. And I think that's coming. And how.
So lovely.
And I'm so glad to be a part of it, you know.
But then what's stopping the industry from, I mean, why aren't these things becoming mainstream?
It hasn't been proven before, no? Now we have Kantara. Like now we have these, regional films doing so great. Before it wasn't seen as successful. See, in this industry, if you can bring the box office numbers, you are successful.
Yeah.
So before, the only things that used to get box office numbers were like, I don't know, like an action film and like, you know, like the big Khans and their films, like a certain formula. Okay, I'll give you another example. At one point, a few years ago, Ayushmann Khurrana films were becoming, you know, these social commentary, small town films. Started with Vicky Donor, Bala, all of these things. Badhai Ho.
Yeah.
And people jumped onto that bandwagon because these films were making money. The audience wanted to see such films. Yeah, it's the cash, yo.
Yeah.
Now trends have changed. Now people have understood that, you know, very emotional stories that come from our culture are making huge amounts of money. So they are investing in it more. Again, it's a business thing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad at least, you know, the craft is being appreciated. Our local stories are being appreciated.
Yeah.
So that's what's changing right now. And this will also go. Next 10 years, something else will become the trend. But I'm glad that at least now our culture is the trend. Although that sounds very
yeah.
But
no, that's what's working.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what focus on culture is working right now.
Yeah.
And back, like in terms of how you document your stuff, like is it mostly written or how do you, like when you get ideas, how do you
like
get
my
around
own story ideas, you mean? Damn, dude, notebook and pen, dude, like the old school way. I have a notebook where I write random ideas and random things on random pages at night before I'm going to bed. I'll try collating it and see if it makes sense. Then the next day I'll try formulating something. I'm actually a very textbook person, like when it comes to writing films. I'm very like how do I explain? Like I don't want to get technical about this, but I'm very textbook. I know.
Conventional.
Yeah, not conventional, no.
Yeah, like
like I know that at the
yeah.
heart of it now, emotional stories of human relations like strike a chord with everyone. And it strikes a chord with me, dude. Like I like emotional stories of like whatever it is. Human connection. So as long as that is there in my story, I think like I make it happen. And I'm very like mechanical about it. Like I have to, the first draft I just have to like punch it out in 1 month. Then I'll sit and edit. Like I'm very boring like
process
that. Like,
oriented. Like
writing process is boring, dude, like that.
And on set, it seems like you're a person who can get along with everyone. Is that the case?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, like what to say? Like
that's what I felt.
I do,
like there were a few videos of you on set and I felt like everyone feels like you're approachable, and maybe that comes.
That actually depends on the team itself. Like it depends on the project itself. There have been a few projects where I've just gone, I've done my work, and I've come back because it is that kind of set. Like all this comes from the director. I feel like if the director wants to have the energy where everyone's talking to everyone, like he wants that. Like in a show like UP65, I did this show UP65 on Geo Cinema, which is about like college kids in IIT BHU in Banaras. So it is a very lively show like that. So he wanted that energy, as opposed to like say my first film Teen Payansa Ghoda. There also we had a very lively energy, but there are certain very graphic and very like emotionally intense scenes in that movie. So for that period of time, like my director also expected the crew to have a certain level of decorum and a certain level of respect and distance from me, so that I feel isolated, so that I can naturally bring that out in the scene. So it really depends. Yeah.
Like I'm so sorry to jump topics, but like this is it. So what, like Mumbai parties is a real thing? I mean, meeting, networking, and is that, and do you subscribe to it? Like,
man, I mean, like, you know what? Actually, networking is important in every profession, bro. In our profession, it's just like more glamorized and it's more in the open. That's all. Like when you're socializing with someone, people will know you're socializing it. Like the media will know the next day. It's that sort of thing. But yeah, it is a real thing. Mumbai.
It's very calculated, no? These things, like you get invited for certain things for certain reasons, and like, is that how it works? I mean,
I don't know if you get invited for certain things for certain reasons. You'll get invited if you're popular. You'll be invited if you're wanted and needed over there. There is groupism. There is a favoritism. Definitely, for sure. People tend to stick with their kind of people, which is fine. I'll stick to my kind of people also. I've bumped into celebrities at parties. I've bumped into famous people at parties and all. So, matlab, I don't know. But I go for it, dude. Like, I go and... like tell them.
You need to change the battery. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that.
No problem. Like, I mean, if I think about it from my point of view also, like all the films that I've made till now, I've made them with my friends. I've made them with people I'm comfortable with. And I would rather not take the risk of working with someone new, especially when I have limited budgets, to like invest in somebody who I don't know actually. But I'd rather work with the people I know for sure. This person can deliver. I know this person personally. So that nepotism thing, all of us do it. It's all about knowing people. Parties help you know people, bro. Like, but what I don't subscribe to is being somebody else just to get into the good books of someone. It's caught like this. ऐसे पकड़ लेते हैं, yeah, for real. Like we're actors, man. Like acting पकड़ी जाती है. So you're anyway acting on screen. No, don't act in real life. Like why?
At these parties, name wins or money wins?
Name wins.
Name wins?
Name wins, dude. Name wins at these parties because, like, again, it's marketing.
That's hope, by the way.
That's
hope.
That's hope.
That's hope.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah.
Like, suppose I'm an unknown actor this year. Next year, I end up giving on 100 crore film. I'm not taking a bunch of that 100 crore. I'm still an underpaid actor probably. But I'll probably be the hottest shit at this party. And that will lead to more opportunities for me, which after a point will lead to my remuneration becoming better. But yeah, hottest name wins, like for sure.
Crazy, you know.
But it's a party at the end of the day. You want to hang out with the cool people. Like, what if you have a lot of money but you're boring and sitting in one corner?
Then
what's
like
gonna happen?
nobody cares.
Yeah.
So without dropping any names, there are like a few personalities, a little like over the top with energy. Let's just put it like that.
Okay.
What are they on?
Oh, yo. So this much knowledge I don't have about drugs, but they're always on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, something or the other they're on. It can be whatever drugs,
Okay.
or it can be a heavy dose of like someone giving them very unnecessary validation. You know, like they're on something. Someone has badhao chadhao them, telling them they're the hottest
Or they are
shit.
smoking something
Something
really good.
or they're smoking something really good.
And this has always been the case, or is it like increased now?
See, I can't tell. This I don't know because I'm also fairly new here.
Yeah.
I'm not too much of a party person. I prefer like, staying at home or like being somewhere where I can learn something. So I have been to like a few parties, and over there though I've seen
Yeah.
Like a lot of this.
A lot of this.
Yeah.
And does it just get worse as you just climb the ladder? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when you start climbing the ladder, it definitely gets lonelier. There's definitely more eyeballs on you. Hence, there is more anxiety in your being. So I can understand why people would resort to drugs and resort to like external substances to make themselves feel better. I think it's a very natural human tendency. But I just wish that, like, this is where I feel like I wish the industry was more supportive and more like a community. I have heard from some seniors and some mentors in the industry that a few years ago, like a few decades ago, it was a very welcoming place also. Like people used to guide each other. They wouldn't compete with each other. It used to be for the industry. Now there's competition. Like two films releasing on the same day means like rivalry is there.
Yeah.
So all that stuff. I think it's just become like not just the industry, but the world in general, so many differences and so many borders.
And the people at the top are also not really, sometimes. So what has happened with some of the people at the top is exactly what we spoke about some time ago, right? Where you forget why you started
in the first place.
and you're just focused on the transactional side of things, which is why you're not able to like keep stable.
That's true.
Like you need like so much help with everything external.
That's true. And see, like when you've started to be in it for the wrong reasons, for the fame, for the money, as opposed to for the art of it, you will tend to do more projects that guarantee you the fame and the money.
Yeah.
So probably you keep doing the same thing again and again and again and again. You'll be less averse to taking risks because you're comfortable in that. And that's when you start feeling very stagnated as an artist. Then you're like, I have everything. Why am I not happy? You're not happy because you went away from the art.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what happens. That's why I really love that Shah Rukh Khan is reinventing himself and like Akshay Kumar keeps reinventing himself. Like all the top guns, they're always Amir Khan, prime example. Always something or the other new stuff he does. No formula he sticks to. That's why they're the greats, right? Amitabh Bachchan, my absolute favorite. He's still a working actor. Look how he's reinvented himself. You know, never thought what his audience will think, how will it make money or not. He's staying true to himself as an artist, and I think that's why he's so successful.
So the love for the art is what kind of keeps you on.
Yeah, really.
If you stick on to that, then you're safe.
Yeah.
Then you'll
last. Otherwise, you'll be here for 3 years, 4 years. Somebody else will replace you. So that's there.
And have things changed for you back in Bangalore in terms of how people look at you and like maybe the people who knew you from back then to now, like do they treat you better because of the work you've done?
No, dude, they'll roast me. I'm telling you, and that's amazing because when I come back home and my friends who are working in the corporate world and all of that now, so they want Mumbai gossip and I don't want to, I want to be away from Mumbai gossip, and then they just keep commenting about like how like I'm a vagabond and I'm like one vagrant and like I have nothing to do all day and like all of that stuff they roast, and it's true. So I don't blame them. Yeah, so that definitely keeps me grounded. But one thing for sure is that I really appreciate how like all of my friends and my close people have never made me feel shit about what I'm doing. Like I have taken the path not usually taken, but like they treat it as like she's doing a serious profession. Like she's in it for what she loves, and that makes me
they keep it as sacred as possible, like true, and they respect it.
Jokes aside, like they roast and all, but like I see that there's mutual respect over there. Have you seen that meme of that one cow and one dolphin jumping out of the water? And it's like when your friends take different paths in life, but when you meet it's always the same.
yeah when you meet it's always the same.
That's the case.
What's the big dream as of now? Let's try and paint that a bit. Because it's still like early phases. It's been 6 years, but it's still early phases, right? And this is something we do pretty much on a regular, and I'd love to get your note on this.
Let's decode it together. Okay.
Yeah, like you want me also?
Yeah, I want you also to help me because honestly,
Fine,
at this point, I don't know.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, at this point, I don't know.
Yeah, let's try to decode it together.
Yes. I'll tell you what it was a few years ago. When I started off, when I was 18, 19, I wanted to be Deepika Padukone. Okay. I wanted to do all the movies and the kind of movies she's doing, all the dance numbers. I wanted all the brands that she's doing. And I wanted to be as glamorous and beautiful and elegant and the top heroine of this country. Okay. That's what I wanted to do.
This is what, 6 years back?
This is, yeah. Okay.
So now we'll keep the timeline as 10 years.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. 10 years down the line, living where?
Living where? I want to live in India only. I'd either be living in Bombay or I'd be living in Bangalore. And I can't see myself living in any other city other than these two. Yeah, as of now. Could change later.
10 years down the line, you've got an attempt walking the Emmys or the Oscars, yes or no?
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Filmmaker mo, actor mo?
I think like a multi-hyphenate person, like Farhan Akhtar, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. These guys write, act, produce, direct.
You'll be known for more. Like, you'll be known to have equal.
Yeah, I'll be known as that. Yeah.
Married, unmarried?
Probably unmarried, dude.
Oh, shit.
Probably,
that's crazy.
Dude. I think like 35 or something. I might. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Okay. Hill facing house, beach facing house?
Beach facing house. Definitely beach person, yo. Yeah. Also, dude, I can't take the cold. I freeze. Like here only I'm freezing in the AC.
I still need to fix it.
Now we're good. Yeah, but yeah.
So beach facing.
Yeah, beach facing.
Beach facing house.
Many animals like dogs and cats and stuff. Yeah.
What do you have, pets? Here, Mumbai?
So I've brought my cat with me here to Bangalore because I'm here for a while. I was here for a while. Yeah, but I've always grown up with dogs. Now I have a cat. But in the future, I'll have like I want a lot of pets. Yeah.
Home is like luxurious or minimalistic?
Minimalistic. Basic things in life I need. That's all. I don't need anything fancy. Yeah. I'd rather invest all that money into the films I'm making and like invested in my art, invested in community. I want to do that.
More global stories or more local stories?
More local stories which are so local and unique that they end up becoming global. Yeah. Like Squid Game, dude.
Oh, man.
What was that? Like Money Heist. Whoa. Like Dangal, dude. You know how much Dangal did in China? You know how much money it made in China? It has made the most amount of money of any Indian film overseas. Yeah.
Who's your favorite actor, by the way, as of now?
I have a lot of favorite actors, but I really love Shahid Kapoor.
Okay. Worked with Shahid Kapoor, not worked with Shahid Kapoor?
In 10 years' time, worked with him multiple times.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh.
Shahid.
Let's hope for the best.
Yeah.
Let's do one more. More money, more name.
More name, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so you would
name.
stick.
Definitely, yeah. I think money is very like secondary thing in life, I feel. Like having enough for me to not worry about like freedom.
Yeah.
Utna kafi hai mere liye. Like I'm not like a shosha person at all. So like I said, I'd rather invest it in like the art that I'm making so that lasts. I'm not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
So I'd rather that stuff stays. Yeah.
Anything else I'm missing from the big dream, you think?
From the big dream, what you're missing
Anything else you would add 10 years down the line?
I'd probably have a business. Okay. It will be either a production house or it would be something to do with teaching and building a community. And I definitely think I would be doing something like from like giving back to society point of view also. Like I'm really into that. Like I feel like all good things happen to you when you give back also. So something for children. I feel like I was really, one thing I lacked when I was a kid was guidance. Really. No one knew what to guide. Like my parents were like, how much will they also know? So I just really feel like in these formative years, it's really important for children to understand what their greater purpose could be in the world and not just what they see on TV or what they see on social media. So yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah. And just one more thing, right? Like this is something I was pondering on for the last, say, 2-3 days. Like, what is one thing that I need to change about the podcast, or one thing I need to improve on to really make it better? I think what I have not done enough is connect with the audience.
Okay.
Right. And I felt like I'm doing good work, but I'm not speaking to the audience enough. Like, I'm not connecting with them. I'm not maybe responding to their comments on time, or I'm not showing them the full journey, for example. Right. I'm putting out Ria's episode, but maybe everything that happened around Ria's episode as well is the story in itself.
Right.
And I felt I'm not connecting with the audience as much. So somewhere I took that oath that, okay, this year I'm going to do that more. Is there something like that you feel today that you know that you're not doing better, and that'll really
help me? Got it. I have the answer right on top of my head, which is consistency. So I might be doing a lot of things, but I struggle with being consistent. Like, I will get into something, do it properly, like give it my all for some time, and then I'll just like leave it. The moment like one like plateau phase comes, I don't push to like break that plateau and go. And I feel like that's been holding me back from a lot of things. So this year I want to really focus on consistency. Whatever I'm doing, I'll just be consistent about it. And I think it comes with like managing time and like being disciplined. I have been able to do that a little bit like these few years, but I think I can do so much better. So I want to focus on that. And one more thing I want to do this year for sure is focus on community, dude. Really. Yeah.
Community in what form?
Like a community of like-minded artists who are in it for the right reasons. Those right reasons which we spoke about, which is like the craft of it and like the like childlike curiosity of it, rather than the fame and the money of it.
Nice.
And maybe just like collaborate and keep collaborating with these people, create more opportunities for each other. And try to like shape myself as an artist and discover more about what I want to do this year. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Sweet. Hopefully you're able to like break through these two things that you mentioned.
I hope so too. I want to ask about like how you're saying how you want to connect more with your audience. Like, how do you intend to do that? Like, what?
Yeah, I think it's just showing the story. Like, for example, I would, like, for example, around your episode, like maybe I'd want to tell them a little more about you, right? Like, maybe not just through the reels, like just pick up the phone, put up a story about how my experience was meeting you, or maybe what are one or two things that stood out according to me.
Got it.
Or say post the episode for the people who have left comments, maybe put out a video addressing that, right? Just the pre and the post.
Okay.
Which has been kind of missing, and also maybe start telling my story more on the platform.
I was gonna suggest that. I feel like people would really love to know about you. Because this is your brainchild and this is your thing. So
somewhere I feel because see, context has to be set, right?
That's what.
Because after doing it so long, if I'm not giving my side of the context, why is all this happening?
Yeah, why does it matter anyway then?
So I think that is, and to be honest, the reason it didn't happen was there was no time. Like, I couldn't wrap my head around it. Like, until, dude, to sit here and talk with you like so peacefully, it's taken time. Like, if you notice, like our first episode, it's completely like, I mean, the topics are nice, but it's not so free flowing.
Got it.
I'm not so calm. I'm not so real. I'm talking to the camera.
Okay. Got it.
Welcome to episode.
Oh, got it. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, it's a curve, bro. Of course, it's a learning curve.
So, of course, I think that's where it is for me for now.
Yeah.
But it's nice. Yeah. Thanks for doing this.
We should talk more. I don't want it to end. Ask
We will.
questions.
We will. But this is very sweet. Like, I think this is a great start to our year.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun coming here and talking to you.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, I think we can keep speaking. I think we can keep talking about a lot of things. And it's just nice to meet someone as real as us. I think that's what it is.
Thank you so much.
Because that's the shit. Like, that's the shit.
I feel
that's
like, I don't know, like on a closing note or whatever, I just feel like our generation, like Gen Z millennials right now. Like we're in this rut to prove ourselves. All of us are. We're all in the same boat. All of us want to make our parents proud. All of us want to make like a name for ourselves. We want whatever our life to be sorted, settled. Like we just want everything to be okay, and like we're so desperate for everything to be okay so soon. But the whole point of life is not trying to make sense of it at all. It's just about taking it as it comes, like how we started this episode, like with that childlike curiosity. Like what is the worst that's gonna happen, really? Like we take ourselves too seriously, I think. So I also just realized in this podcast that if you would have asked me these questions maybe just about like 2 years or like 2.5 years ago, my answers would have been very different, dude.
Very different, yeah.
Like I feel like I'm saying it with so much abandon. I didn't have this kind of abandon just a couple of years ago. So that tells me that I'm on the right track of not taking all of this very seriously and just coming and sharing like a part of my life with you. Like acting, filmmaking is not entire life. Like it's a part of life. So, and I'm glad you also like kept it that way and made it about so much more than just that.
Just that. No, I think the fear, like you mentioned, no, it's about, one is we all want to make it. We want things to be okay. The fear is if we fall short of that line.
Yeah.
That's why we are running.
That's why we're running.
Like, I don't want to fall short. Like, I want to cross it. Right? What if time runs out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That's
but it's
true.
not about the line. Anyway.
What do you think is the way to tackle that?
Nothing. Like, just enjoy. Like we spoke, right? Just enjoy this, and every day, whatever is there, enjoy that. And like, that's pretty much everything that you're ever going to get anyway.
That's true.
Right? That's all you have.
That is
Everything else is like in your head, dude.
That
like,
is true, dude.
This is it, right? And you prayed for this at one point.
Exactly. You prayed for this at one point.
Yeah.
And there's so much to be grateful for, dude.
Yeah.
There is so much to be grateful for. We should just, like, every time there's doubt, like, gratitude is
the scene. But anyway, like you said, I think in a year, in 2 years, again, your thoughts are going to be different.
Yeah.
So we should have you back. And the other thing I want to do is post the 100th episode, get combination of people. So if you're in Bangalore again, and if we feel like, we can get like a industry counterpart, like a colleague here, someone that you work with closely, and someone even we are aware of. I think that'll be a nice conversation to have.
That'll be a great discussion.
Yeah. So we are hoping for that. So we are hoping to like add in like 2 more seats here. And
wonderful.
It'll be nice. So hopefully that's the next time, and we'll see where it goes. But thanks for making it here. Thanks for giving us. I know for a fact that this is real. I know for a fact that this is authentic, and this is what keeps us going. So thanks for coming here.
Thank you
and all
so
the best, dude. Like, you're on a killer path.
And likewise, I have to say the same for you guys also. Like, y'all are killing it, and I'm so glad there's someone in Bangalore doing this with so much intent and so much heart. And your fans love you, man. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. The ones who are there are like, they swear by it.
Yeah.
So let's build together. Anyway, this is the beginning, and looking forward to much more. Yeah. So this was Ria. We'll of course, we had to stop, but we'll continue speaking, and hopefully you'll get to listen in on another part of this episode somewhere in the future. So if you like this, let us know. If this is the first time you got to know so much about Ria, definitely go check out her work, and I'm sure that we'll be proud to say that we captured this journey in the most real way possible in the earliest time, because I definitely feel like this is just the beginning of a lot more. So this was episode number 89 with Ria Nalavade. One final message, Ria, anything you want to say?
Yeah, don't forget that however successful you become, anyone can always put a mustache on you.
That is it. Enough said. We'll see you on the next one.